Hey y'all, it's your girl Kia Love. Welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time here, welcome. So today we are going to be making one of my favorites, a Philly cheesesteak. And yes, it's vegan. Yes, it's plant-based. No, it doesn't have any soy, no tofu, none of those plant toxins that they put out there. And yes, it's going to have some ooey gooey cheese, peppers, onions, and all those things that a traditional Philly come with. But before we get to the recipe, in case you're wondering what hair I'm rocking Cavani version hair, Brazilian silky straight today. So good hair when I see it, y'all, and this hair is bomb. I have the 20 inches in my hair right now. These bundles in particular, I've been rocking, these exact bundles that's in my hair, I've been rocking for about a year now. So I've washed it multiple times and things like that, and it's still absolutely gorgeous and absolutely flows the way that I need to flow. I just love it. Anyways, Cavani version hair, I'll put the link in the description box below. But back to what we're here for, the Philly cheesesteak recipe. Let's get it, y'all. All right, y'all, let's get it. So the first thing we need are two 20-ounce cans of green jackfruit. This is what it looks like if you're not familiar with it. It looks like shredded chicken in a can. So we're going to take this stuff, pour it into the colander, and rinse it off with some cold water. So after rinsing, we're going to place some cold water in a bowl, let the jackfruit soak in there. While it's sitting in the cold water, we're going to go ahead and lightly shred it with our fingers to shred it into little pieces. Remove the pod. If you see the pod, you can throw it out. It is edible, so if you want to keep it in there, you can, but I just prefer to remove it if I see it. And the reason why we let it sit in cold water is because it naturally has a fruity aroma, and you want to get that taste out of the jackfruit before we use it as our Philly meat. So go ahead and let this soak. We're going to let it soak for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then we're going to end up rinsing it, draining it inside of a cheesecloth or a nut milk bag, whichever one you have, squeezing it out and repeating the soaking process 2 more times. So altogether, we'll do it 3 times. All right, so it's been soaking for about 7 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and drain it. And after I drain it and squeeze it out, I'm going to fill the bowl with fresh, new cold water and let it soak again for about 5 to 10 minutes. And like I said before, do this 3 times total. All right, so the final 5 to 10 minute soaking round is complete. With this last time, we want to make sure that we squeeze it out very well. We want to get the jackfruit as dry as possible, meaning get as much water out as we can. So the next step is to slice the shiitake mushrooms. What I like to do is slice them in half, vertical wise, lengthwise, long wise, whatever you want to call it. This is because the mushrooms do shrink when you cook them, and to me, there's not enough that comes in one pack. So I just slice them in half, which doubles the portion. And also you want to remove the stems. Now it's time for the marinade. We're going to start with some coconut aminos. And I do not measure any of my seasonings. I just eyeball them. Next, we're going to add a little garlic powder. Then we're going to add a little onion powder. A little bit of smoked paprika. I don't have any more, so I'm very sad, but y'all, this is important. Use this if you have it. Some regular paprika for now, but please, y'all, use the smoked paprika. It's gonna give you that smoky, meaty taste. And then I'm gonna add some Old Bay seasoning. Followed by some Cajun seasoning. And then we're going to give it a good mix. So once the mushrooms are well mixed, we're going to cover it and place it to the side. We are going to end up placing it in the refrigerator, but for now we're going to focus on marinating our jackfruit as well. So our jackfruits are in big clumps right now just because we squeezed it out so hard. So we're just going to softly break it apart so that it's just in the little shreds. Now it's time for the marinade, starting with the coconut aminos. We are going to season it with the same seasonings that we use for our shiitake mushrooms. Now we're going to give it a good mix until everything is well blended. It's looking a little dry, so I'm going to add a little more coconut aminos and a few more of the other seasonings. So I forgot to add this special seasoning to the jackfruit earlier. It's umami mushroom seasoning. You don't want to miss it because it's going to give it that meaty taste. Now that it's well mixed, we're going to cover it and place it in the refrigerator along with the marinated shiitake mushrooms. You do want to place it in the fridge overnight for best results. However, if you're making it the same day, please marinate it for at least 4 hours in the fridge. All right, y'all. So last night we placed the mushrooms and the jackfruit in the refrigerator to marinate overnight. I totally forgot to tape the next step. The next step is to take this jackfruit, spread it over evenly over a cookie sheet, and bake it on 400 for 20 to 25 minutes. Yes, or 20 to 30 minutes. Yes, this looks really crispy, but I kind of like it a little crispy. And you see how it shrinks once you cook it, which is why I did 2 cans. But it's up to you. If you want to do 20 minutes, do 20 minutes. I like to do 30 minutes because I like to be slightly crispy since the mushrooms are already soft. Do what you want to do. Our next step is going to be to saute the veggies. So now we're going to take our pan that already has some olive oil in it and place our pepper and onions in there. We're going to give it a good stir and let these saute. Our onions and peppers are lightly golden, so now we're going to go ahead and dump in our shiitake mushrooms and continue to let this cook on medium to low heat. Finally, on to the cheese sauce. So you're gonna need half a cup of soaked cashews, so make sure you soak them overnight. 1.5 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of tapioca flour. This is what's gonna make it stretchy. 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. You may need a little more, but I just want to start off small because you can always add more. 1/2 teaspoon of pink salt. Man, why is all my seasoning sticking to the bowl today? And last but not least, 1/4 a teaspoon of garlic powder. Oh, not last but not least, 1 cup of water. Now, typically I like to blend up cashews in my Vitamix, but unfortunately, because I don't have the old school version, I don't think it's not going to blend up this small amount. I only have a big container, so I'm going to have to use my Ninja. I'm going to blend till smooth. Alright, so now it's nice and smooth, and we are going to transfer it to the stove and cook it on medium heat, stirring constantly until it gets stretchy. Alright, let's go, y'all. Alright, y'all, so now on for the cheese sauce. We are going to take our cheese that we just made and put it in a pan. And you want to stir it constantly. Medium heat, and we're going to stir it for about 2 to 5 minutes. You just want to frequently stir it. You don't have to do it the whole time, but for the most part you do. Because what's going to happen because of that tapioca starch is it's going to start getting real sticky to the pan. So I meant to spray it. I told myself I was going to spray the pan the next time I made this, but it looks like nothing right now, but 5 minutes will be good to go. Alright, so now our mushrooms, peppers, and onions have been sauteed. We are going to add the baked jackfruit. And we are going to turn up the heat a bit because now we want it to get kind of charred and crispy. We're just going to get this going. This is our vegan plant-based Philly, y'all. Looking good, looking good. I just like to get it charred up a bit. You want to get it softened and charred up a bit. What I'm also going to do is probably add a little minced garlic, but other than that, we're just going to let it cook for a few minutes. And we'll come back. It'll be some nice gooey cheese. Once it starts going, once it gets to going, it really starts to get to going.
And if it's not thick enough for you after about 5 minutes, you just add some more tapioca starch.
See how it's thickening up? Thickening up. So we're just gonna keep on stirring, keep on stirring. I think the cheese is done. It's thick enough for me. I don't want it to burn, but you see how it's sticking to the sides of the pan? Our Philly meat is done. Look at it. Look at that steam coming off of it. Y'all, this is so good. You're gonna love it. Now let's put it together. What you know about that vegan Philly, y'all? What you know about that vegan plant-based Philly? Just straight up plant-based vegan Philly with the homemade vegan cheese and the vegan ranch and some A1. We finna slam on this. I hope y'all enjoy it as much as I do.